We'll start with Manchester United, of course, finishing third eventually, booking that place in the Champions League next season. This is what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had to say after the game when he was asked about predictions of United finishing outside the top four and if it sends a message to his critics.
No, it didn't seem like you were expecting that because all the predictions were about 6th or 7th, so that's all right. If I'm getting criticised, that makes me just stronger and believe more in what I'm doing. So please don't praise me too much because you can be complacent. So that's just the way I'm made. But I didn't know until a few days ago because I was just reading through them. Just me and some of the staff were just discussing. So I think third with this team and the squad, where we've been, what with the rebuild, has been a massive achievement by everyone.
Craig, I feel drawn to you to start off with. You have been one of his harshest critics. Has he proved you wrong?
No. And the please don't praise me too much is laughable. You know, getting into third is not something for Manchester United as a club really to celebrate. But I suppose that's where the bar has fallen. Let me give you some figures here, right? How many points, Dan, did United finish with this season? Do you know off the top of your head?
I don't.
Well, I'm going to tell you, 66. Do you know how many points Man United had last season? 66, right? What's happened here? And by the way, when Mourinho took them to second, the year before, they had 81 points. So it's another one of their lowest ever tallies since Sir Alex Ferguson left the club. That's factual. What's happened here? And yes, Man United have got a little better on the eye. There's no doubt about that, particularly since the Fernandes signing. But what's happened here is the others have regressed. Tottenham are 12 points worse off than last season, and Arsenal are 14 worse off last season. On top of that, Chelsea, and most of us sort of expected this, have had the lowest league points total since the 2015-16 season when they finished 10th. But that was kind of expected with the problems that Chelsea had, losing Hazard, having the transfer ban, bringing in an inexperienced manager. So most of us kind of figured on this show that Chelsea would struggle. I think most of us had Man United in the top four, which is, as Solskjaer says, a great achievement. But let me tell you, they have the same points tally as last season. They have a 33-point gap. And sorry to throw these figures at you, but they have a 33-point gap to Liverpool. And last year, there was a 32-point gap to Manchester City. So they've managed to get into the top three in the Champions League football. But the points are the same. They're a little better on the eye. There's no doubt about it. But praise for being 30-odd points off the lead? I don't think so.
Robbo?
Yeah, I would agree with Craig to a certain degree. They had that little purple patch a few weeks ago where they were playing some good football. I think the other sides didn't quite know how to deal with them at times. But I've watched their last 4 or 5 games, been at 3 of those games, including the Cup semi-final, when I'm not sure, if I was the coach, I'd be looking at going out to the side of the pitch and saying, you can't play out from the back because the opposition are pressing you. You've got to play longer. You've got to go into the front. And it looks to me as though Solskjaer, sitting on the side, just lets the game meander at times. And he's relying on the players to do outstanding things. Rashford might get a goal out of nothing. Martial might get a goal out of nothing. Fernandes is picking out his passes. But the game plan in the last 4 games, particularly against Southampton, particularly against Chelsea in the semi-final, they didn't know how to combat what the opposition were doing, which was a high press, or in Chelsea's case, being really compact and not allowing them to play through the middle. And Manchester United and Solskjaer didn't know how to cope with that. And that's why they lost against Chelsea. And that's why they struggled in that first half against Southampton. Solskjaer needs to improve the tactical side of the game if he's to take Manchester United to the next stage.
Aren't we being a little negative here, though, Robbo, considering what they were 14 points?
Hold on.
Leicester at one
Hold
stage.
on. Hold on. Should we be getting the streamers out and the pom-poms because they've finished 3rd place and 33 points behind Liverpool, 15 points behind Man City, who were hopeless by their standards, who had a half a defence for the majority of the season. They couldn't defend. They played Fernandinho back there for 50% of the season. And we want to get this is brilliant. Manchester United. Sorry, Robbo, to butt in. They had the same amount of points, 66, as they had the season before, when Solskjaer had 6 months in the job. So please spare me the, oh, don't start praising me, because Tottenham were hopeless, Arsenal were hopeless, and Chelsea struggled because of a squad. On top of that, we had little old Leicester, who hung about for a long, long time, but the injuries caught up with them in the end. Oh, but hey, let's throw a party, because Manchester United finished third, a country mile behind the top two. That's the points, Robbo. That is the point I think Stewart's making. Not that we're not saying, oh, finishing third is great, but how do you bridge that huge gap in terms of between Liverpool and City, in terms of your squad and your manager's tactical nous?
But the point of the matter is that you were saying they've got to get rid of him. If they're going to move forward, they need to do that.
And why would that not change? Why would that not change?
Because he's exceeded your expectations, surely, in that he's managed to get...
He's got the same amount of points
But he's got them into the top four. He's got the job done.
Because others regressed, Dopey. Others regressed. Tottenham imploded. Arsenal were hopeless. Chelsea had their hands tied behind their back and still made it into the top four. They haven't super exceeded expectations, Manchester United. They've got the same amount of points as last year. How many times do I need to say that? He has got to prove that he has the tactical nous to sit there and take on the best managers in the league and close that huge gap at the top. Not sit there and say, in a paranoid way, oh, we read through the criticism and we sat there all thin-skinned. And look, we showed everybody. I'm sorry, you didn't show anybody. You pretty much did the same as last year, just with a little bit more swagger at the end.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.